بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم نحمده ونصلي على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. In any situation, whatever the condition, whatever the need, whatever the hal, we need to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What is the amr of Allah? What is the command of Allah at this point in time? The time of Umar radiallahu anh, there was a drought, shortage of food. People needed assistance and aid. So the Baytul Mal was exhausted. Umar radiallahu anh exhausted the Baytul Mal. فكتب أمير المؤمنين إلى عمرو بن عاص في مصر. So he wrote a letter to Hazrat Amr, وغوثا, send some help. There is halat and conditions here. So he replied back and he said, I will send for you such a qafla, such a contingent, من الأرزاق أولها في المدينة وآخرها عندي في مصر. That the first part of the delegation will reach you in Medina Munawwara and the last of them will still be leaving Egypt. Such a big contingency will be sent. And like that, help came from different places. And the condition of Umar radiallahu anh was, as Abdullah ibn Umar explains, يصلي بالناس العشاء ثم يخرج إلى بيته. After Salat al-Isha, he would go home and he would read the entire night in Salah. He should spend the entire night in Ibadah. وَإِنِّي لَأَسْمَهُ لَيْلَةً فِسَعْ. I could hear him till the morning crying, اللهم لا تجعل هلاك أمة محمد على يدي. Allah, don't cause the destruction of this ummah on my hands. Allahumma la tuhlikna bis-sinin warfa' anna al-bala. Oh Allah, don't destroy us with plagues, with droughts, with calamities. And he was repeating these words here. A Sahabi seen Nabi alayhi salam in a dream, telling him to tell Umar, I thought so he was intelligent. Tell Umar, I thought he was intelligent. When the news came to Umar radiallahu anh, he realized his error and he went to read Salatul Istisqa and he made the dua al-mimbar. فَقُلْتُ اسْتَغْفِرُوا رَبَّكُمْ إِنَّهُ كَانَ غَفَّارًا. And like that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sent torrents of rain. So halat and conditions, we need to see what is the amr of Allah. Amongst those asbab, number 20 is wasila. Ya ayyuha alladhina amanu ittaqullaha wabtaghu ilayhi alwasila. That seek wasila to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أولئك الذين يدعون يبتغون إلى ربهم الوسيلة. Those people who seek through wasila. Ulama have said, what is this tawassul and wasila? One is بِأَسْمَاءِ الْحُسْنَى وَالصِّفَاتِ. So the Mubarak names, وَلِلَّهِ الْأَسْمَاءُ الْحُسْنَى. Number 2 is بِالْأَعْمَالِ الصَّالِحَةِ, through good deeds. So a person has done some good in their life, they use these good deeds and tell Allah, to the barakah of this sacrifice which I made only for you, Ya Allah, remove this difficulty. That's the incident of the people that went into the cave, 3 friends, and they asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and they discussed the situation. إِنَّهُ لَا يُنْجِيكُم مِّنْ هَذِهِ الصَّخْرَةِ إِلَّا أَن تَدْعُوا اللَّهَ بِصَالِحِ أَعْمَالِكُمْ. So the boulder blocked the cave, they cannot escape. The only way out is to ask Allah through any good deed that you did. So the first person said, Ya Allah, with regards to my parents, I fulfill their haqq. Allahumma in kuntu fa'altu dhalika ibtigha'a wajhik فَفَرِّجْ عَنَّا مَا نَحْنُ فِيهِ مِنْ هَذِهِ الصَّخْرَةِ. Ya Allah, I've done that for your pleasure, so help us through the barakah of that amal. And the rock moved. فَانْفَرَجَتِ الصَّخْرَةِ. The second one, Hukukullah, he was alone with a female, he had an opportunity to commit adultery, but he abstained. Allahumma in kuntu fa'altu dhalika ibtigha'a wajhika فَفَرِّجْ عَنَّا مَا نَحْنُ فِيهِ. Allah, I did that for your pleasure, so send your help and assistance. And the boulder moved. And the last person with regards to financial situation, somebody claimed and came and claimed whatever was their right, and he gave them their right. So he made dua, Ya Allah, if I does this for your pleasure, فَفَرِّجْ عَنَّا مَا نَحْنُ فِيهِ, then find a solution. And the boulder moved for the third time and they escaped. So Aamaal as-Salihah. Number 3, through Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, or the pious, bidu'a'i rajul salih. Many narrations, Adam alayhi salatu wasalam, when he made dua, as'aluka bihaqqi Muhammadin, to the Wasila of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam, and his maghfirah, his dua was accepted. A blind Sahabi came to Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, and Nabi alayhi salam advised him, then ask this dua here. Allahumma inni as'aluka wa atawajjahu ilayka bi nabiyyika Muhammadin nabiyyi rahmah inni tawajjahtu bika ila rabbi fi hajati. And he made dua, and through the wasila of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, his vision returned, his blindness was no longer there. Then another riwayah of Aisha radiyallahu anha, Ibn Taymiyyah and other scholars have said it fabricated narration, there's no strength in this. Darmi has mentioned it in his Musnad, where there was a drought in Medina Munawwara. They went to Aisha radiyallahu anha, said, go to the qabr of Nabi alayhi salam, see from the qabr to the heavens, if that space can be opened, then you will see Allah's help. So they did that, and it rained heavily and the drought disappeared. Some ulama have said, with regards to the current situation on earth, with regards to COVID as well, the solution is to open the space from the qabr of Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam and the minarat, the green dome that is there, and with the barakah of that, conditions will return back to normal. Allahu alam bis sawab. Number 21, to be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ma yaf'alu Allahu bi'adhabikum in shakartum wa amantum. If you are grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and you have iman and make effort on iman, why should Allah punish you? Why should Allah chastise you if you are grateful to Him and you believe in Allah? So by correcting and being grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is a favor from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As ulama have written under this ayah, the mufassirin, وَكَذَلِكَ فَتَنَّا بَعْضَهُمْ بِبَعْضٍ أَلَيْسَ اللَّهُ بِأَعْلَمَ بِالشَّاكِرِينَ. That Allah wants to show that those people who are grateful, they are protected and preserved. And different ayat explain those that are grateful and ungrateful. Inna hadaynahu sabila imma shakira wa imma kafura. The grateful and ungrateful. Hada min fadli rabbi liyabluwani aashkur am akfur. Again, gratitude and ingratitude. And the benefits of that, ulama have listed many, some of which are Allah will increase you in that bounties. La in shakartum la azidannakum. If you want Allah to be happy with you, wa in tashkuru yardahu lakum. Be grateful, you'll see Allah will be happy with you. If you want accurate recompense from Allah, wa sayajzillahu shakirin. Those that are grateful, Allah will give them complete recompense. So Ibn Qayyim has mentioned that many matters are pending under mashiat and the will of Allah, unlike gratefulness and shukr, where Allah guarantees results. For example, for wealth, يُغْنِيكُمُ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ إِنْ شَاءَ. It's pending based on the mashiat and will of Allah. يَرْزُقُ مَن يَشَاءُ. Rizq also. وَيَتُوبُ اللَّهُ عَلَى مَن يَشَاءُ. Maghfirat as well. يَغْفِرُ لِمَن يَشَاءُ. But when regards to shukr, وَسَنَجْزِي اللَّهُ الشَّاكِرِينَ. وَسَيَجْزِي اللَّهُ الشَّاكِرِينَ. وَسَنَجْزِي الشَّاكِرِينَ. So those people that are grateful, they are eligible for bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and Iblis has understood the value of shukr, and that's why under this ayah Shaitan will make effort for a servant to be ungrateful, whether it's iman, whether it's deen, whether it's the bounties of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. وَلَا تَجِدُ أَكْثَرَهُمْ شَاكِرِينَ. Most of them you'll find that most of them are ungrateful. They are ungrateful. So that's the effort of Shaitan, and the qualities Allah has mentioned that the grateful servants are very few. وَقَلِيلٌ مِّنْ عِبَادِيَ الشَّكُورِ. Very few of my servants are grateful. Umar bin Khattab came across a Sahabi and he was making dua, Allahumma ij'alni min al-aqallin. Allah, make me from amongst the few. Umar said, I never heard anything like this. Say, dua ma hada. He said, in Quran Allah says that the chosen special servants are few. وَمَا آمَنَ مَعَهُ إِلَّا قَلِيلٌ. Those that bring iman are few. وَقَلِيلٌ مِّنْ عِبَادِيَ الشَّكُورِ. The grateful are few. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ وَقَلِيلٌ مَّا هُمْ. Few people as well. And the chosen servants of Allah, these are their qualities and sifat. Nuh alayhi salam كَانَ عَبْدًا شَكُورًا. Likewise Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam شَاكِرًا لِأَنْعُمِهِ اجتباه وهديناه إلى صراط مستقيم. Nabi alayhi salatu wassalam, his feet used to swell, spend the entire night in ibadah, and his reply was أفلا أن أكون عبدا شكورا. Shouldn't I be a grateful servant? Shouldn't I show Allah gratitude? He told Hazrat Muaz radiyallahu anh that don't forget to make this dua after every salah. Allahumma a'inni ala dhikrik wa shukrik wa husni ibadatik. Shukr. Ya Allah, help me to be grateful to you. Four things every person is given. He's been given the best of dunya and akhirah. One is qalban shakira, a heart that is grateful. Walisanan dhakira, a tongue that is remembering Allah. Wa badan ala al-bala sabira, a body that through difficulties and hardships are patient. And a pious wife. Hasan Basry rahimahullah used to say that when a person has been given bounties by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, فَإِذَا لَمْ يُشْكَرْ عَلَيْهَا قَلَّبَهَا عَذَابًا. When gratitude is not shown, Allah changes those bounties to an adhab. Ali radiallahu anh used to say, an-ni'mah, bounties are connected to shukr, and gratitude, shukr, will increase you a lot. وَهُمَا مَقْرُونَانْ فِي قَرْنٍ. These are connected, and as long as you are grateful, Allah's bounties will continue. They will not terminate. Umar Bin Abdul Aziz, قَيِّدُوا نِعَمَ اللَّهِ بِشُكْرِ اللَّهِ. If you want to secure the bounties of Allah, then be grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Another qawl of Mutarraf ibn Abdullah used to say that better and more beloved to me than I be an ubtuliya fa asbir, and I be patient on calamities, is Allah grant me afia fa ashkur, and I be grateful for the bounties. Hasan, akthiru dhikra hadhi ni'am, speak about his bounties Allah. Tell Allah how much bounties He's given you. Fa in dhakaraha shakara, by mentioning these bounties, it is sign of gratitude. Somebody heard as Sufyan Thowry say, Dawud alayhi salam made the dua, Alhamdulillah hamdan kama yambaghi li karami wajhi rabbi. All praise to Allah through the favor that He has given me such bounties. And Allah sent wahi to Dawud alayhi salam, Ya Dawud at'abta al-malaika, you have tired the malaika. How Allah should be shown gratitude, that amount of gratitude to Allah. Ibn Qayyim has mentioned something interesting. He said most of the inmates of Jahannam are women. Why? لو أحسنت إلى إحداهن الدهر. If you are good to your wives forever, ثم رأت منك شيئا, and one day she just sees one flaw in the husband, she will tell the husband boldly, maybe 30, 40, 50 years of marriage is done good to her, ما رأيت منك خيرا قط. You've not done any good to me ever in my life. So he's mentioned, if this is due to the wife being ungrateful to the husband, فَكَيْفَ بِمَنْ تَرَكَ شُكْرَ نِعْمَةِ اللَّهِ. This is the consequences for just a wife being ungrateful to her husband. Then we are ungrateful to Allah. What will be the consequences? So gratitude. Number 22, recognizing Allah in all conditions, not only in difficulties. احفظ الله يحفظك. Be mindful of Allah, protect the deen of Allah, preserve deen, practice on deen. Allah will preserve and protect you. احفظ الله تجده تجاهك. Be mindful of Allah, protect Allah, you will find Him by your side protecting you. إذا سألت فاسأل الله وإذا استعنت فاستعن بالله. If you need to turn to Allah. Another riwayat, احفظ الله تجده أمامك. Protect the deen of Allah, you will find Allah in front of you. تعرف إلى الله في الرخاء. Recognize and acknowledge Allah in times of ease and prosperity. يعرفك في الشدة. Allah will remember you in times of adversity. The Mashaykh used to say, Man arafa Allah fi raha urifa fi shidda. Whoever recognizes Allah in difficulties, whoever recognizes Allah in ease and prosperity, Allah will recognize him in moments of difficulties. Number 23, to be humble when conditions and halat come. Not to be arrogant, not to be bold. So different ayat explain this. فَلَوْلَا إِذْ جَاءَهُمْ بَأْسُنَا. When halat and conditions came, تَدَرَّؤُوا. They became very humble. They were not arrogant. لَعَلَّهُمْ يَدَّرَّعُونَ. So that they become humble. So no matter how big a wrong the child does, if he comes in front of the parent very humble and apologetic, then the father will overlook it. But if he does a small wrong and is very proud and arrogant, he speaks back, then the punishment is worse to come. So to be humble. 2 youngsters were arrested for mugging an old lady. They were taken to the police station. They were entitled to one call. They spoke to the police officer. So he was trying to find a way to be lenient on them. And he said, just call your lawyer, we'll work out something. 20 months later, there was somebody there downstairs to see them. So the policeman asked them, is that your lawyer? They said, no, it's the pizza delivery man. So first chori, then sina zori. So to be humble. Sahaba almost lost the battle where they were relying on their numbers, and that can be destructive. لَقَدْ نَصَرَكُمُ اللَّهُ فِي مَوَاطِنَ كَثِيرًا وَيَوْمَ حُنَيْنٍ. So on Hunayn, their numbers, this arrogance, this proudness, this concept that we can achieve something is very dangerous and destructive. So we are fortunate to have all the solutions in deen. Different options have been given as an ummah. We need to turn to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We need to rely on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ya ibn Adam la takhafanna min dhi sultan ma dama sultani baqiya. Don't fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for He is there to help you. Don't fear poverty, don't fear destruction, don't fear anything of the world. If you have to fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As long as Allah is there, He will help you. Ya ibn Adam la takhsha min dhiqi rizq. Do not fear poverty. My treasures are full. Wakhsayni la tanfadu abada. It will not terminate. Ya ibn Adam la tatlub ghayri wa ana laka. Don't seek anybody else when I'm there for you. فَإِن طَلَبْتَنِي وَجَدْتَنِي وَإِن فُتَّنِي. If you found me, you found everything, and if you lost me, فَاتَكَ الْخَيْرُ كُلَّهُ. You've lost all goodness. خَلَقْتُكَ لِعِبَادَتِي فَلَا تَلْعَبْ. I've created you for my ibadah, so don't play games. وَقَسَمْتُ لَكَ رِزْقَكَ فَلَا تَتْعَبْ. I've stipulated your risk, so why you struggle and strive day and night, morning and evening, 365 days of the year for your risk? فَإِنْ أَنْتَ رَضِيتَ بِمَا قَسَمْتُهُ لَكَ رَحْتُ قَلْبَكَ وَبَدَنَكَ. If If you are happy with my distribution in my sustenance, I will give you rahat, contentment, your heart will be pleased, your body will be sufficed for, and I will be happy with you. وَإِن لَمْ تَرْضَ بِمَا قَسَمْتُهُ لَكَ. If you're not happy, for عِزَّتِي وَجَلَالِي لَوْصَلِّطَنَّ عَلَيْكَ الدُّنْيَا. I will make this dunya, you'll become a slave of the dunya, and like how the animals in the jungles have to strive, and I will only give you that amount of risk which is stipulated. وَكُنْتَ عِنْدِي مَذْمُومًا. And you will be rebuked, you will just be despised in my eyes. Ya bana Adam khalaqtu samawat. I've created the 7 heavens and the 7 earth. I never tire with that. You think so I'll be tired to bring you one piece of bread? Ya bana Adam innahu lam ansa man asani fakayfa man atani. I have not forgotten the one who disobeyed me. How can I forget the one who remembered me? Wa anna rabbun rahimun. I am the Rabb that is Rahim. I am the one to give you whatever you want. Ya bin Adam la tas'alni rizq al-ghad kama lam atlubka bi amal al-ghad. You are worried about your sustenance for tomorrow, but I have not made you responsible for tomorrow. I made you responsible for today. Ya bin Adam ana laka muhib. I love you. فبحقي عليك كن لي محب. You have a right and an obligation to love me. So let us link and connect ourselves to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the short span of life which Allah has given us. May Allah give us tawfiq of making amal. Wa akhiru da'wana anil hamdulillahi rabbil alameen.